From a Pastor's Diary, a special Christmas present to the Church, 25 December, in the year of our Lord, 1991, the festival of the Incarnation of our Lord. What an extra gift God has given to us this day, His own Son as our Redeemer, and now this additional present. In Bonnie, a special child of God, nearly 50 years of age, and never aging past a decade or so. Have we seen in this exceptional adult the childlike faith about which Jesus spoke? We often are witnesses to childlike faith in little children, but seldom within a grown-up. She came as a visitor one day into church, tagging along when someone else was picked up at the home. Almost immediately she made her presence known as the acolyte gave light to the candles. Those in the pews around her heard a talking whisper, "Oh, the candles are pretty." At the door, as I greeted her, she told me that she liked my church. A couple of weeks later, when I spoke with her in the fellowship hall, she asked me if she could join the church. I asked her why she wanted to join this church. She said she liked the church, she thought it was pretty, and she wanted to go to communion. When she asked the following week about joining again, I told her that she would need to come to a class every week, an instructional class just for her. Her response? "Do we start this week?" Beginning in September, we went through the truths taught in the small catechism on the basis of simple Bible pictures and stories. Concepts were difficult for her to handle without a story about someone or some event. Teaching a complete confirmation class with pictures and simple accounts of the people in the Scriptures, told in story form, was a rewarding challenge. The storyteller's facial expressions and tone of voice could vary to produce a disappointed "oh" upon hearing of the crucifixion, or a joyful smile at the story of Jesus with the children, or a simple "ah" when the account of the resurrection was told. In November, I asked her if she had been baptized. She wasn't sure. Her mother had passed away, but her father might know. Her assignment for that week was to check with her father to find out if she had been baptized. She was living in an adult care center, and her father lived across town. During that week, she made the trip to her father's house. He said that she was baptized, probably in the Lutheran church. So when I met with her next, I took a look along with her in the congregation's records and found that a 4-year-old girl named Bonnie Jean had been baptized in 1947. She was part of a very large family in the church, but all of the others had passed away, moved away, or fallen away. And her discovery of her name in the record book was one of the most moving events in my ministry. She bounced in her chair, clapped her hands, and squealed with pure joy as she announced, "I was baptized right here. My name is in the book." Indeed, it is. On this day, Christmas Day, 44 years later, she stood before the altar and made her good confession in the presence of many witnesses. As she answered the questions with a most innocent sincerity, I understood that she had not simply caught up with the rest of us by being confirmed, but had humbled us by showing us a mature, childlike faith. So the shepherds walked towards the star, still singing, and they were the first visitors that little family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph ever had in Bethlehem of Judah. There was a momentary hush and a big "ah" from the children as the story ended. Then Mr. Atha stood up and turned to greet the newcomers. The child in his arms was the little Mongol from the Institute of Versailles. One of the women was the patron Hostelry des Chevaliers. Another was Judith, the little twisted one who made the Cosmos cup. The Clowns of God, Morris West, page 361. The mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children. Psalm 103, verse 17.